here's the really simple way to think about the game. Like, the Chiefs have the best football player of all time, and they maybe have the best tight end of all time. And at every other spot on the field, the Eagles are better or much better. Like, that's it. It's like the Chiefs have the best player of all time, and the Eagles are better everywhere else. So, like, how does that balance out? I have no idea. It's like, Mahomes is that good. Who cares how it balances out? Honestly, he's that good. But the Eagles are just an absolute monster. Statistically, roster, every measurement this season, they're the best at like basically everything. They don't really have a weakness. Their weakness is that they have like this weird complacency when they get up by a lot in games to let teams either come back in or to not win by the margin that maybe they should if they played with that same aggression that they do in the first half. So that's just my like way macro thought on the game. First betting thought on the game, just real fast, is it's going to be really difficult for me to not want to bet the Eagles in the first half again, and just fire away again. And not that like Brock Purdy has to get hurt and it has to play out the same way. Just like, this team is maybe the best team in history at getting off to good starts in games. And the story of Patrick Mahomes and the 2 Super Bowls that he's played in, which turned out pretty differently, both one against San Francisco and one against Tampa, is that the offense did not get off to a flying start. And he found himself behind in both games. And why can't this play out the same way, basically? So it's more about the Eagles than it is about Mahomes. But it helps that the opponent has had a little bit of Super Bowl history of not being great right out of the gate.
Thoughts on the total? When we did the show yesterday, we were saying, hey, like, if this is going to open in the 40s, probably look to the over. I placed a small bet on over 48.5. I might bet under at some point over the course of the next couple of weeks. I'm just being honest with the audience. I was like, hey, I'd like to place a bet on the game right now. So took a little over. Do you still like the over in the game? Is that a bet that you're interested in making potentially?
I mean, I get every total wrong that I bet, so it's not even like something I'd be that confident in. I like the Eagles in the first half of the game, and I don't think the market's going to change to such a degree that market will change a lot. I think if anything, it'll go back toward pick, because the Chiefs will maybe end up getting some good injury news here in the next 2 weeks. Here's the other thing, about 15 impactful players for Kansas City are important to watch on the injury report for the next 2 weeks. Like, everyone important in the game for Kansas City is hurt. And probably will end up playing, but like, what degree will they have a full roster in the game? That'll probably cause line move back toward Kansas City, but a small one. And total in the game, could see it playing out either way. Maybe it's a little low, but probably need some more time to think about it before being like, I love this or something.